Happy Sunday. Blue collar Corvette owner checking in, doing one of the most blue collar Corvette owner things you can do. Worked a 6-day work week, 10-hour days. It's Sunday, my only day off, so to enjoy my day off, I'm driving my Z06 and running errands. This was my dream car in high school. I bought it almost 6 years ago for $20,000. It had 65,000 miles on it when I got it, and in that time I only have 75,900 miles on it. I haven't drove it much in the last 2 years. I'm gonna drive it a lot now. I've had other things going on the last couple of years. I'm working all these hours because overall I'm just a car guy and I'm saving up for a lift kit for my van. But I'm really enjoying driving this thing again. Quick Corvette chat today. The 01 to 04 Z06. Will it be 80s and 90s kids' generation of Chevelle? Will it be worth a lot someday? I bought this almost 6 years ago for $20,000. I looked up the price and these cars have stabilized to about $20,000. If you get a less than 15,000 mile example, they're still around 25 grand. But other than that, you can't find these cars for 10. You could get a normal C5 for about $10,000 with 200,000 miles on them, but the Z06s, the cheapest I could find is about 15. And every year people wreck these cars more and more, so less supply. Another thought of the day. For a couple of years now, I've been saying the C4 is really growing on me. I didn't like it initially. I like the ZR1, of course, the ZR1 C4, because it's the ZR1. It's the Corvette Halo car. But the last couple of years, I've been saying the C4 is really growing on me due to nostalgia. And I almost bought a C4 about 7 years ago for about $6,000, a LT1. 92 7 years ago for about $6,000, and it had 100,000 miles on it. Now and then last year when the C8 was introduced, I said Corvette madness is at an all-time high, and right now might be the time to get a C4 Corvette. And I would love a C4 Corvette right now. So last year I said that too, and lately I noticed a lot of big YouTubers have been talking up the C4 a lot. Everyday Driver did a great video on C4 Corvettes. They put a C4 against a Boxster and a 370Z, and they were shocked at how good the LT1 C4 Corvette was. And then with this Z06, the C5 Z06, I've noticed a lot of the bigger YouTube car channels have been saying this car is still good all these years later, which is pretty cool, because I don't get to drive new cars. This is it for me. This is my best car I have, and might be the best car I ever own. And to know that all these years later in 2020 these are still really good cars tells me these cars were really ahead of their time when they first came out. So like I said, I've been talking high on the C4 for the last couple of years. The big time YouTubers are talking big about them now, so the prices on C4s are probably going to go up now that you got these 1 million subscriber channels talking high on them. And this car right here, will this be 80s and 90s kids version of the Chevelle? Just picked up this cheapy dash cam, $20. Since I'm driving this car again, I want to have a dash cam. I'll do a review on it probably next week. You know, it's amazing how a car can make you feel. $20,000 is a lot of money, but at the same time, $20,000 will buy you a brand new economy car. So do you get a brand new economy car, or do you get an old sports car? I don't want to really talk about it. I try to stay positive. But lately at my job, you know, I've been pretty unhappy at my job lately. I have my ups and downs at my job. Lately it's been a lot of downs. When I drive my car, I feel good. I feel good today. You know, it was my dream car in high school, so I've been driving that to work on Saturdays. There's a lot of parking spots at my job on Saturdays, so I drive that car to work on Saturdays. I have parking OCD, so I've been driving it a lot lately. Well, not a lot, but I've been doing a lot of errands. Mainly my errands in that car and driving to work on Saturdays with that car. And it makes me feel better. Yeah, drive it to work on only on Saturdays, because on Saturdays there's plenty of parking spots. I don't want to park next to anyone. You know, it's a car guy thing. But yeah, like I said, it's amazing how a car can make you feel. It's a different situation, but I saw a video recently. I like to listen to random things, and there's a guy, he found out that his 33-year-old daughters weren't his the last 33 years, and the guy was really depressed about it, contemplating offing himself. And I was listening to the guy's story, and he said he traded in his Toyota Camry for a Camaro ZL1. I believe that's the supercharged one. And he said the car made him feel amazing. He feels like a different person. He said something along the lines like the last 33 years of his life was an illusion. Perfect wife, perfect family, but the whole time the kids weren't his. And he based his life around that. So, you know, the guy was depressed, got into a depression, and he just changed his life around, traded in his Camry and got a Camaro, and he feels reborn from a car. So, you know, like I said, different situation than what I'm in. You know, I'm just kind of upset with my job right now, kind of sad about my job right now. This guy, I mean, that's you know, that's a lot bigger deal, having you know, knowing your wife cheated on you 33 years ago and you're raising kids as your own. So different story. But you know, the thing I got a lot out of that story is this guy just got himself a Camaro, and he already feels like reborn. He feels like a different person. And you know, that's just an example of how a car can make you feel. Yeah, you could be practical and buy a brand new economy car, or you could get an old sports car and hope it doesn't break down, or when it does break down you can afford it. But being down lately at my job, you know, I've been driving my Z06 here, and it didn't solve all my sadness, but I do feel good when I drive it. It reminds me why I work so hard, and at the end of the day I'm working for myself and trying to achieve my goals. And you know, if work doesn't go perfectly, that's just life. So you make the best of what you can out of life. Hopefully next year will be a better year. I got a lot of plans for next year, and hopefully I could share that with you guys. This camera is horrible at picking up car sounds, but I have to do it anyway. Let's go ahead and start it up. 75,911 miles, so in about 6 years I've put 10,000 miles on this car. That's a good sound. Full tank of fuel, that's always nice. Alright, temperature is, you know, 162. Car's already warmed up. Here we go, here's a rev. That never gets old.